I feel old. That makes me feel old.
Listen, wisdom comes with age. Wisdom comes with age, so definitely.
It does. It does.
Definitely,
It does. It's
definitely.
like every day thing.
So now we're gonna fast forward to this era of Freddie McGregor's career. Take a listen to this. Oh, wow. And Anthony, whenever Freddie perform, if we don't hear this song, say it's trouble. You know that.
It's not a complete performance. But Freddie, this song, Push Come to Shove, I remember hearing this song. It was back in 1989. We were doing that big reggae summer fest tour with Dennis Brown. You had Lloyd Parks and Lieutenant Stitch, and this was one of the big songs on that tour. How was it working with Dennis Brown? I know he was a very good friend of yours.
Well, he was a brother and a friend, Excellent. Working with someone like Dennis Brown to any other artist would be great excitement and honor. Because growing up as a youth, Dennis Brown to us is what Michael Jackson is to the rest of the world.
Wow.
So there's not much you can say about that in terms of. But in terms of relationship, we've had a great one, excellent one up to his passing. And to today, every now and then, I see my smile and memories come back and everything. But that's a good brother who's made some of the greatest music of our year.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Well, Freddie, you heard what Anthony had to say earlier on in the entertainment report in terms of reggae music today, the state of reggae music today. I mean, folks like Shaggy dropping an album, Anthony, and it's not, the sales are not there. Your thoughts on that, Freddie?
There is a thing, Paul. I think it goes with time, I would think. I have to say that I think I've enjoyed some of the best parts of the music industry and the music, period. As we watch the changes as they go along, at one stage the craze was to sign to a major record label. And if you weren't signed to a major record label, it's like it wasn't happening for you. Then it has shifted from that, where we see youths like the rappers come and finance their own productions, their own videos, and the whole demographic of the record company movement start to change. And some of us see the changes and we follow them, some don't, and kind of stuck with it. Dropping an album then, Mr. Bombastic, it was also a different time when the whole vibe, the whole music was different. And that worked perfectly well. I think today it's a different day, a different time. And so it's not the same situation. Shaggy doesn't have that major record deal he had back then. So it's kind of difficult to expect the same scenario. And so we just have to take it as it comes. But it's very disappointing because, artists of caliber, we expect them to do well. I ask myself also what has gone wrong. Although I sense some of the reasons that we're having this problem. But most certainly, I guess everyone now realizes that things are gone really, really wrong. And we have to ask ourselves, where did it go wrong? How can we fix it? And just fix it.
And we
just
need
like
to.
The Republican and Democratic thing we've got.
Wow. Now, Freddie, a few short years ago, I can remember hearing a conversation with you, and it was concerned around Reggae Month in Jamaica.
Okay.
And how the government view Reggae Month, how much monies were spent for Reggae Month compared to what they give. And it was relatively small. How important you think we as Jamaicans should take Reggae Month, and how the government should view Reggae Month in terms of the support of Reggae Month?
I think the government understands what Reggae Month represents, what it is that we're trying to do. What we don't understand is why not the level of support to make Reggae Month exactly what it should be.
Right.
That's for another discussion. Also, in terms of the music, let me tell you which part I think will really fall down here. And that's why, you know, when I first spoke here a while ago, commended you on the kind of programming that I was listening to coming into the interview. I think we have lost that in terms of in radio, we have lost programming. And so it has become somewhat of a free-for-all, and not knocking any youngster now, to make that clear. Because what we do, we look for the youngsters, them who are truly talented, and try to push them to the maximum. That's how you build champion.
Definitely.
But you cannot push just any and everyone who come and say them is a champion. You have to prove themselves to be champion, and you have to believe in them that they are a champion based on what they have to offer, and then help them to become the champion. But now it is that every kid can just, you know, take up a pouch, you know, burn some CDs, put in there, go on the radio station, sample some hands and some vibe thing, and you go on radio, and that's what radio has basically become. At 7 a.m. in the morning, you hear people play some kind of music and blow some hand and do some things there. I don't know if to them it don't sound annoying, because at 7 and 7:30 when people go into work, you are in a different frame of mind. And programming wise, we should be programming things to the people that would help them to focus to get to the workplace. Midday is another time period throughout the day where programming is important. Again, is lunch break and what have you. And then evening, afternoon programming, when people in a traffic are going kind of soothe their mind from the day's pressure, etc. I don't think that the youths understand that. So it's like everything just becomes the same, and people have 12 CDs in a pouch, and everybody chooses to have the same 12. They only play them differently. And so everything just becomes so congested and cumbersome, and we're not getting the quality that is being produced either. And that is as a result of experience. Too.
Yes.
Because if experience teaches wisdom,
definitely,
you have to be experienced enough to go back and be relevant today also. So we need to look at radio, and I think what radio has done is basically throw away reggae.
Yes.
Especially in Jamaica. You know, I hate to say this, but the truth is an offense, but not a sin.
Yes.
And I always like to speak truthfully. That's how I grow. That's how I was started.
Definitely.
We throw away the music that we have and that we should cherish so much. So much that we all forget. So we have this thing called reggae. Now what happened is some young kids, both in America and Europe, who've been listening to this music forever, fall deeply in love with it. Them parents playing it every day for them too. And then them grow up loving the thing and want to do it.
Yes.
Now, people only follow you and what you do if they love what you do. All right. You can't knock the Japanese from loving our music.
Not at all.
And you can't knock the young white kids in America for loving the music either. And in Hawaii, we set the stage for them to love it. I think that is beautiful. We want India and some other places to love it just as much, and everything just spread out.
Definitely.
Fine. But how did we lose the thing that we created?
You know, Freddie, I'm going to tell you to hold hold your thoughts right there. We're going to come up to the top of the hour. What I'm going to do, I'm going to play 2 songs, get to the top of the hour. When we come back on the flip side of the 11 o'clock hour, we're going to put a wrap on this because I want to tie Chino and Steven, the genius, into this one and show folks what they're doing. The Big Ship family is doing some great work. So, Freddie, hang tight with us. You got the time?
No problem. I'm good.
This one is called Prophecy, the voice of Freddie Mcgregor.
Looks like the sun, it doesn't shine for me. Still I'm a living, trying to be free.
So, Breadman, let me do this. Let me close this one out.